All right, so I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is the part two of talking about the Jacksons of Atlanta. In this part, I will be talking about some of the questions that you guys have asked and clarifying some things because some people got a lot of things confused. It's amazing how people are able to twist your words around and then make your own like narrative about it, even though you have the video like right in front of you. So I'm gonna touch on some things, and there are some things I'm gonna not touch on simply because privacy things, some things that are just unnecessary, and things that I just don't care to answer. So I'm gonna get into that right now. The first and the most important one that I need to touch on is the one that everybody has asked, and I don't know how people still are confused about this. This was like the first thing that I mentioned in my video, in the first part of the video. So I don't understand how people are asking this question still, but you know, you guys are hearing it right now. If I have to like put a timestamp in the comments so that way you guys can see where I talk about this, I will. But I'm going to answer this question for the 20th time. All right. The reason that I stayed so long working with them is because one, I was a full-time employee. Okay. I might have left out like that part because a lot of people were confused about, the contract and everything else. Like, oh, why don't you take a deposit up front? That's not how full-time jobs work. I was a full-time employee. I got paid bi-weekly. So every other week, I was expecting a check again. This is why I was like, okay, I'm going to get this last check and then I'm out. So, like I said in the first video, I already planned to leave. I already was looking for other jobs and stuff. And it was just taking a long time to get these interviews and stuff because, in this market, I'm a videographer. I do editing, I do video work, all kinds of production. I'm in the industry. I've been in the industry for over 9 years now. So I do a lot of video work and I wanted a video job. I'm not going to take, no offense, I'm not going to do a McDonald's job. I'm not going to do any kind of fast food because I have a bachelor's and I spend a lot of time getting my bachelor's. So I wanted to do something that I actually want to do and not something to just, settle on. And at the time, I had this full-time job with the Jacksons of Atlanta. So I was still doing what I wanted to do. I was able to, try and look for other jobs and stuff and just, try and look for more things. But, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Basically, the reason why I stayed so long, again, is because I was a full-time employee. I was still getting paid. I needed to get my last paycheck. And then once I got my last paycheck, I was going to leave. It was the next week that I was going to be working there. So whenever I didn't get the paycheck, I was like, okay, I was already planning on leaving. So since you guys only paid half, I'm just going to leave because now you're trying to ask me to work for free. And the other part of that was, during this time, whenever I realized like, hey, this place isn't how it like was told to me. They lied about a lot of things. There were a lot of shady things going on. So in that process, I was like, okay, while I'm here, I'm still looking for the work. I might as well try and get as much stuff as I can because I am 100% going to take them to court. Okay, that was going to happen regardless because the way that they were doing things, the work hours, stuff like that. And so I decided to, document some things, take pictures, videos, keep a whole bunch of records. Same thing with the footage. The footage part kind of came as a bonus because, again, they didn't want to buy another hard drive. So I just happened to have their footage because they didn't want to pay and then they didn't want to get in the hard drive. So I stayed so long to build that case. Same thing with the kids, all the stuff that's going on with them. So I'm going to touch on this, and this is the only time I'm going to touch on the kids because people twist words. And apparently you can't acknowledge things that the public knows and then things that even they in their own videos have acknowledged. And it's the fact about, Justin Jr. having autism. Everybody knows. Everyone knows that. That isn't talking bad about the kids. It's public information. They talk about it in just about every single video. So I acknowledged it. Everyone knows this about him. But anyways, so people ask this question, oh, why did you, not call anyone? Who said I didn't call anybody? Okay? I've done 2 calls. I've went to the place one time. Okay? Whatever happens with that is on them. I can't control how fast they work or things like that. So you guys can stop emailing me. You guys can stop, commenting, oh, you're like just as bad as them because you didn't call. Where did I say I didn't call? Okay. Did I want my paycheck as well? Of course. Who wouldn't? Who's going to just work for free? So, people are like, oh, you shouldn't have done things like that. Oh, you're a snake for going in their house and doing this. But at the same time, if I never had of, made people aware of this or even contacted them, take them to court and things like that, this would still happen to other people. So it's a lose-lose. I went with the best option, which was to document as much as I needed to, protect myself, because if I went forward to try and take them to court and stuff, I need to have all the proof that I did. And luckily, I had enough to prove it to the judge, and it went in my favor. And so the only person that I needed to prove anything to was them. So I did that, and here we are. So I hope that explains a bit more on why I stayed so long, because more people are asking that. They just keep asking. That's the main question everyone wants to know. So anyways, that's enough on that. That is why I stayed so long working with them. The other question that a lot of people have been asking me is, why did you endure so much treatment? Why did you drive over there while you were sick? And just like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. So guys, it's very easy to say the things that you would and wouldn't do. Obviously, I knew that it was wrong, but again, I was a full-time employee. So yes, I could have quit. I wouldn't have gotten paid. You guys see how I quit on the day of my paycheck and I only got half of that. If I had to quit way before that, I wouldn't have gotten anything. I needed something to help me, go forward while I look for the jobs and stuff to hold me over so I can pay some bills. I needed something at that time. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. And that is why a lot of people in that situation would have been way worse than me. Some of you guys probably would have tried to fight them. I'm not a violent person. So, I just endured that. I knew what I was doing. Again, this was all a part of, the whole plan the entire time. So a lot of you guys would have messed yourself up. And that is why I was the person who, some people say that God sent me over there to endure all this stuff and it's going to, award me later on in life. We'll see where that goes. I've been given some great opportunities ever since, the video has come out, and I am grateful for that. Thank you everyone who has reached out, people who have called, people who have actually came to meet with me. I really do appreciate you guys. One thing I want to touch on too is a lot of people have said this. People are like, you seem very young. He was just eager for work and everything. No, guys, that wasn't the case. One, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I'm 26 years old, okay? I'm not that young. I'm not eager to work. Again, I've been in the industry for over 9 years. I know how the industry works. I've even had people say, oh, you putting this video up here is going to mess up your chances of you wanting to work in the film industry. I'm already in the industry, and a lot of producers, a lot of other people, directors, other editors, other cinematographers have all reached out to me, and we've all shared our experiences. This stuff happens a lot, way more than people think it does. And unfortunately, unfortunately, it just happens a lot. So to sit there and say, this is going to mess up my chances of being in the industry, you're clearly not in the industry. So yes, I'm 26 years old. This was a good way of me getting into a full-time, full steady paid job, because most of my things have been gig-based, and I've been doing that for a while. Besides the job before, when I started working with them, I was working with an RV company making their videos. I'm actually still in contact with them. They're great people. We continue to talk about things, and one of my friends still works there as well. And, like I said, my old boss is one of the people who helped me to, build my case, and then telling me the things that I should do, and then if I should, go to court and things like that. So, yeah. One of the questions that people are asking is, where was your mom during all of this? Now, guys, I'm an adult, okay? I don't need to include family into things like this because I handled things the best way that I could, the best way that I saw. And of course, if I ask, outsiders how I should do certain things, it's just going to get messy. Now, my mom isn't as calm as me, okay? If I had told my mom everything that was going on at the time, because clearly she saw this video and clearly we talked about things that happened. But if I had talked to my mom about some of the things as it was going on, she would have went over there and fought them. And then that would have been that. There would have been a completely different case. So, I had to be the one to go through everything and then just figure out the best approach for that. So that is why I didn't want to include too much of my family into what was going on. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot about this one. Someone did ask this, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I did want to comment on it. I am from the States, guys. This is where I was born. I was born in Hawaii. This accent that you guys are hearing is just the way that I talk. I am very familiar of how things work here. So, that comment I just felt was kind of funny. It's like, oh, he doesn't understand how things work. He's clearly from somewhere else. The way that we do things here is we don't put up with that. No, it's just that you guys prefer to go the more violent route, and I'm not a violent person, and I'm more of a, loving, caring, chill person. I'm very relaxed. If any of you guys know me in real life, you guys know that. So, yes, I'm from here. I'm from Oahu, Hawaii, and yeah. Someone else had asked this question, and I'm not sure if I touched on this. I believe I touched on it, but this might clear this up. Someone had asked, if you guys came up with a payment plan, why did you take her to court? Guys, I quit in December, okay? I quit back in December. We are in April, okay? December to April. How were you not able to make a single payment from, December up until now? I haven't seen anything. So this also ties into the other question people have asked, has Mahogany reached out to me ever since I made this video? Yes. As a matter of fact, she reached out to me the day after I made this video because clearly she wanted it down. And then also she wanted to make another payment arrangement. Now, let me talk about the payment arrangement. Whenever we went to court and I ended up in a court case, the judge had told Mahogany that she had to pay me by March the 15th. Mahogany had asked the judge if she could have an extension on that because she wouldn't be able to pay that because she's going through a divorce and all of that stuff, which, by the way, at this point we're in March, okay? In December, they had the funds, they just didn't want to pay me. So if, any business would just keep the money to the side and then, pay after this judgment. But no, that's not how they operate because they use their funds for other things. I'm pretty sure they transferred all of their money from the Jacksons into her little personal account, but we're not going to get into that. But she had asked the judge for an extension, and the judge said, this is a judgment order. I tell you that it's on the 15th of March. The judge had said that if I decided to give her that extension, that I could, but at the moment I didn't. We ended up going outside, and I ended up stopping her because she was trying to just leave the courtroom without even talking about how she's going to make the payment. So I stopped her, and me and her talked about it. And she was telling me, she's like crying and everything, trying to explain how she's not able to make the payment and that she wasn't able to make the full payment at that time. And so it's like, okay, you have until March the 15th to make this payment. Now, I told her because, if everything that is true is going on, you can pay a portion of that. I told her how much that she needed to pay. And then if she made that payment, going forward, we'll make a payment plan. So after that day, I had ended up sending her a text. I sent her an email. I sent Justin a text. And I sent them a text in a group chat as well to let them know so that they could have something to look at, that this is what we had agreed on. And in the email and the text message, I specified if there wasn't a payment made by the 15th of March, any kind of payment arrangement that I said I was okay with wasn't going to happen because you have already failed to make this payment. Now, come March the 15th, nothing. No text, no call, no email. Again, I had attached a tracker on the email to let me know when someone opened it, when they read it, what time, how many times they've opened it. I set that on there, and they opened it the day that I sent it to them. And then the next day of me warning them, like, hey, today's the 15th. Are you guys going to make the payment? I haven't heard anything from them. So after that moment in March, I never got anything. So at that point, it was like, okay, cool. They're clearly like playing in my face again. So yeah, the whole payment arrangement thingy is not going to happen. I got nothing. I got nothing from them. So I went ahead back to the courthouse. I did what I needed to do. And, and we'll just wait to see what happens with that. So the next thing is, she came out. Yes, obviously I saw the video that she made. And she did end up reaching out to me after I had already uploaded the video. And she wanted to set up another payment arrangement, which I wasn't going for. But what I did tell her was if she's able to get this signed, notarized, so I can get this payment in full, okay? I wanted the payment in full. If she can get it signed and notarized, cool. Nothing. Instead, she made a video that she posted online and was lying about everything else, which I'm sure you guys can tell because, one, she never included anything in her video about me agreeing to this payment arrangement, so that should tell you guys enough right there. So that should touch on that whole payment arrangement situation. And I'm trying to think of the other like important questions that was asked to me, because a lot of the questions were just like repeated questions that everyone has already been asking. So a lot of people have been asking me if I seen the video about the Tesla. Of course I saw the video about the Tesla. I believe I even mentioned that inside of my first video. So if you guys really believe that Mahogany has the money to buy an $80,000 car, I'm not sure if you guys know how Teslas work, but you have to put a deposit down, a pretty big deposit when you go to buy a Tesla, and it's brand new. She wasn't buying a used one; she was making a brand new one, guys. She's not buying a Tesla, okay? You guys are not going to see that Tesla on her channel. And if you do see a Tesla Model X custom built Tesla on her channel, it is rented on Turo, okay? Now, why spend the money to rent the vehicle on Turo instead of just, paying me and the other people back? I have no idea. I don't know why she does half the things that she does, but that's just Mahogany and how she does things. Someone else has asked if Justin has reached out to me ever since I made this video as well. I haven't heard from Justin. I haven't heard from Justin since December. So there's no telling what he's doing. To be honest with you, I think he's playing it really smart. He knows that there's a lot of heat on him. So he's not going to make a response video. He's already changed a bunch of his stuff on his YouTube channel, which I think is smart as well. He's trying to focus on his skits and everything. And he's just playing the smart game. Like, he's not trying to engage in anything like, he should. Mahogany made the mistake in engaging, and she's just proving a whole bunch of her lies, and I'm surprised that a lot of people are even believing that. And again, I've even made this comment on my video that, Mahogany was like, oh, Steve Madden sent me this email so that way I can make this photo shoot. They sent me these boots into the mail. I don't know why. Mahogany, this is me talking to you directly. Why do you lie? I genuinely want to know. Why do you continue to try and push this fake narrative? You understand, okay, that when you start lying about things, you have to keep trying to backtrack and trying to cover more and more lies, and then it just becomes this big old thing of lying. Now, you said that Steve Madden sent you those boots. If that is the case, why is there a video on your channel? I can't remember what it's labeled as, something about Mahogany keeps like buying things or something like that. But why is there a video of us? I was filming this video. I still have the raw files on my computer. Why is there a video of us at the mall buying those 2 pair of boots? You purchasing those 2 pair of boots and a purse, if I'm not mistaken. If Steve Madden sent you those boots, why weren't they just at the house? Why are you buying boots for a photo shoot? Like, there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong, all right? I like how the pictures came out. I liked how everything turned out with your photo shoot. But you don't have to lie about these things. People are going to like you for who you are, okay? When more and more people start to see that you're a liar, and, it's already been proven with, that other set of twins that we're just not going to focus too much on, but people are already starting to, doubt you. And the more and more you start to lie, the more and more you start to lose the trust of your fans. You've lost a lot of trust in fans, and you're continuing to do that with these more lies. So why lie about the boots and everything else that's going on? To be honest with you, what I would have did if I were you, I would have reached out to me, or I probably would have just like made an apology video altogether, and then sent the money, explain your situation, but you didn't. So you're trying to dig yourself in a bigger hole, and you just need to stop. So yes, those boots, she bought them. They bought them at the mall, and then, they're gone. And it's funny because I thought that clearly I watched your video. I thought that you were going to show that you went out and got the boots again and be like, hey guys, I still have the boots. You didn't even do that. So instead you showed this fake email that you made coming from Steve Madden, which if I was Steve Madden, I would definitely make a response video. But they're probably not going to pay you any attention because they're like, okay, whatever. This is like one small channel who's trying to, monetize off of us. But whatever. So like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. So I hope that this clarifies a few things up. I might touch on a few things. Actually, I might have a few more that I could answer. The last question that I'm going to answer about this is, have other people reached out to me who previously worked with the Jacksons of Atlanta? Yes, actually, a lot of people have reached out to me, way more people than I thought. And you guys have been screwing over people for years, and no one has said anything. So yeah, I'm glad that I made that video. I'm glad that I took them to court, and I'm glad that I kept all the footage, proof of everything, and all the text messages, all of that stuff. I'm glad that I kept everything, because what you guys did, like what you guys are doing is wrong. And you're going to make a lot of people not trust, families on YouTube or just people in general. I'm getting messages from people because, you have my email on your channel saying, oh, like, why are you trying to tear down another black person? Guys, really? That's what you guys are asking? You guys aren't asking why she hasn't paid the money that she's supposed to do. Why are they out scamming people? Why are they out lying? What I did was made people aware of who to look out for in this industry. So that way it doesn't happen to them too. So if that is me tearing down another black person, then whatever, cool. I'll take that. As long as people don't get played like I did. But yes, lots of people have reached out to me. And I'm sure that you guys have seen in my comments that other people have came forward to talk about certain things. And it's ridiculous the amount of people that have been played. And you guys shouldn't be doing this. You came to the wrong place to try and do this. This might have worked in Lynchburg, but you guys got the wrong one. Or you guys got the right one. So that's pretty much all I'm going to answer. I don't want to take too much time because the first video was way too long. I recorded over 2 hours of footage on the first one, and I'm trying not to do that again because I had to cut out a lot of things. And that's probably why a lot of people were confused with some things because I didn't clarify some things. But for this one, this is just me, answering some questions that I saw that I thought was interesting and that I needed to clarify with some people. So one other thing that someone had asked me, and is, I guess you can tell from watching this video or from watching any previous videos before that, even with my reviews, because again, this is a review channel. I do not want to make this a drama channel. I will do things like here and there about this topic, but for the most part, I make movie reviews, I make anime reviews, show reviews, things like that. Did I get monetized off of that last video? Yes. I was given the watch hours, I was given the subscribers. Did I decide to do the partnership program? Of course. Why wouldn't I? It's a great chance for me to, try and do things that I love. I like movies and I like anime, so I want to talk about that and get it to a bigger audience. And, my subscribers have been, rising and rising, and I'm happy about that. I am very excited to be able to push this to the next level, basically. And because of this, I'm able to attend MomoCon for free, and I'm able to do reviews on my channel talking about the event, interviewing some cosplayers, going to some panels. I'm excited to be able to do these kind of things, and this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. And I just want to thank everyone who has subscribed and who's shown their love and support with me. All of you guys who have reached out to me, it's been tough, I'm not gonna lie. When I ended up quitting for them, I didn't have a job for 2 months. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I didn't have a job for 2 months. And yeah, I did little gigs here and there, but it was just enough to pay my bills. I wasn't able to save anything. So again, that goes back to the thing of if I had to quit at the time, it would have been harder to find, another job doing the same exact thing that I'm doing right now and being able to pay my bills and stuff. So I needed to stay to be able to do that. So again, I just want to thank you guys for reaching out and subscribing and liking the channel. So as you guys can tell, I am monetized. There's ads running through my video. I also accept donations on here now. I'm not making a Patreon. Or, maybe one day I might make a Patreon and just talk about specifically my experience in this or my experience in, the industry as a whole. If you guys care to hear about my journey from when I graduated high school to college and currently, I might make a video about that. So if you guys want to donate, and this is like a want situation, I have attached my Cash App to here. And you guys, feel free to send whatever you guys want to. This way I can also go and see more and more movies, so that way I can talk about those and push more reviews out, because I've been, slacking a bit, but it's because I've been very busy with work and then dealing with this court stuff and getting everything done. So I just want to say this with me being monetized now. Guys, I had got monetized at 70,000 viewers on that video. And, I'm at like 140 now, maybe 130,000 people. I get to see how much I'm supposed to be getting paid at the end of the month. After seeing how much I'm supposed to get paid at the end of the month, I'm a little confused now. Why haven't you guys been able to pay me? I just want to know that, because I'm getting a lot from this. I'm getting a big chunk of what you guys owe me from this video. Why aren't you guys able to pay me what you guys owe me? Because you guys get way more viewers than I do, and you have way more subscribers than I do. And I know that the numbers of how much you're getting paid per, thousands of people that watch you is different for way bigger channels. So if I'm getting this amount from my small channel, you guys are clearly getting way more than I am. What's the deal there? I just want to know. Again, one last time, thank you guys for, liking the channel, subscribing, and just being here. So if you haven't already, please, think about liking and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified each time I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment down below and I might get back to them or I might not. It depends on what the question is. So yeah, thanks for being here.
Sunway review, take me on a cinematic journey through the highs and the lows. You bring movies to